first of all, just tell me why you're choosing to run. I know that you've run in the past as well.
Right.
Why run for political office?
Well, it's a good way to exercise my right to be involved. Everybody has a right to enter into this process, which is awesome. With my legal experience as a court reporter, just like the court system is open to, that's our right. We have the right to be heard. We have the right, to participate. So this is my way of participating, because I've been involved in local politics for 20 years, as you probably know. And so I just see things that are troubling. I talk to citizens. They want a different choice. They want a change of what I call administration, because the current administration, like, for example, when you go to city council meetings, you can tell decisions have already been made. They don't listen to the citizens. And this is just a repeat of what's happened with the past administrations. It's just a furthering of the same type of administration where they're acting autonomously is what is the best way I can say it. The city council acts autonomously more often than not. And so the big thing, which I'm sure you know, was the Newport Street debacle. No sign was more clear than that Newport Street thing. And, listening to special interests over the voices of the citizens. So I'm here to represent unrepresented and underrepresented citizens. I'm here for the local people. I don't have any special interest that I'm connected to. I'm just Citizen X, just out there trying to speak for the people. People come to me, ask me for help because they know I've done many city council presentations trying to open this up, get the transparency going, get the dialogue going. And unfortunately, a lot of things have fell on deaf ears, and that's just a big problem. So, and another thing is we don't have a very diverse council in the sense that they're not 5 distinct separate people representing all of the citizens of the city of Grover Beach. We have a group of people that have like interests. That's why they chose, we have a 40% appointed council. So that's why they chose people that will, go along to play along, that are on the same boat. Like Miriam Shaw said, well, we want people that have our same interests in mind. Well, that's not what a council is for. As a matter of fact, it's just the opposite. You want to have as many diverse views. And I don't mean ethnically diverse. I mean just diverse opinions on growth, what's happening with our streets, where's our money going, why are they asking for another 1% when they've already gotten just a ton of money out of us, including the K-14 bonding monies, half-cent sales tax, and the cannabis sales, which, are under investigation now, the licensing.
Right. Okay. So tell me, the sort of top 3 or 4 issues that you think are facing Grover Beach and that you've heard from the residents.
So what the community and the residents want to know is, where's the money? Are the K-14 dollars being spent properly? We had a committee member, K-14 committee member, requesting further documents so that they could oversee. It's supposed to be a citizen oversight committee. So they had requested documents, didn't receive documents. So we want to know about the K-14 bonding monies because they're spending millions of dollars and we're not sure if this is the, if what the citizens want to know is, you say we're 50% done, so many streets have been repaired. People aren't really actually seeing that. So they want to know where that's going. They want to know what happened to the marijuana monies. We were promised a lot of things with the marijuana monies. That was supposed to solve a lot of our problems. Also with the half-cent sales tax, we were promised that half of that money, $2.3 million to be exact, was going to go into the street fund, which they promised us when the original half-cent sales tax was approved. The city council chose not, on presentation by one of the committee members of the K-14 bonding, they said you need to transfer $2.3 million immediately into the street fund for infrastructure repairs, and they chose not to. On advice of council, they put the monies in the general fund, and and we ended up with a brand new city hall completely redone, new chairs, new this, new that, but yet our intersections aren't even striped. They're not lighted. You know, actually what's so funny, and I noticed this the other day, our 4th Street and Grand Avenue gets striped every election year. But on the outside, like say you were driving January of 2019, our striping is literally not there. So our maintenance programs for our streets are just, you know, people want to know what's going on there. And then just transparency, you know, because I got a comment from one of my supporters the other day, is that when you go to city council meeting, you can tell that the decisions have already been made. They're kind of not listening to the citizens properly. You can kind of tell that. So it's just honest citizens trying to be active in their community, not being heard. So I am the choice. I'm just a choice. I'm putting myself out there. I've done this for many years. I love the process. It's such an educational process. It's amazing. And so we want citizens to be more involved, more transparency, and to really, really listen to the citizens. Not just say you're listening to the citizens, but have the citizens actually feel like they're being heard. Because what they did was, and one of the residents just reminded me of this when they were talking about the Newport Street thing. They changed it from 3 minutes, you know, public comments, and you couldn't make any noises in the room. You had to do jazz hands. And so they were silencing the citizens, and then they limited the time that they could speak down to 15 minutes total. And so they were actually proactively limiting comments from the public. So in my case, I want to increase communication to the public, whether it's via email, letter. I have an older gentleman that is supporting me. He doesn't have a computer. And so I pick up his written letters and I put them in computer for layout, and I send it out for him. And so everybody's just concerned about this form and this type of administration that's been ongoing for decades, and we just want a change. So I'm here for that change.
Okay. And then you're running against an incumbent. So how confident are you on your chances?
Well, you know, I've always, when I've run, have gotten very positive responses from the community. I have a lot of, my backers are the citizens of Grover Beach, not anybody outside of this area, not this group, not that group. It's the citizens. So, you know, I always am here to just give people a choice. I'm here because I want to be involved. I see things that aren't right, and I'm just here to give everybody a choice of the type of government that they want. And they've seen government in action. A lot of people have been more interactive, and they've seen our local government in action, and they just don't like what they see. And then there was one other thing. It was TOT tax. As a matter of fact, I should have my material here. Oh, hold on just a second. Let me see this, because I know there's one other thing that, oh, and our we have soaring litigation costs. We've been sued. I'm a court reporter by profession, and I went down to the courthouse and I pulled all the cases against the city of Grover Beach, and the city of Grover Beach has been sued many, 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 many times, and our litigation costs have got to be astronomical. And so I'm wondering, why is it that our city keeps getting sued? What are we doing wrong at the local level? Why aren't we more, this is my main thing, mediation instead of litigation? Let's work with the citizens. Let's find out what the problems are. And, you know, the city's been sued for, I don't want to use the words, but it's been very problematic. And when we are looking at every dollar to go to our streets, every dollar counts, every dollar matters. So we want it to go to things that are going to improve our city, not degrade it any further.
Any question that I didn't ask you that you think voters should know about you?
And then so what I want to say is that we, you know, I want to get in and find out not only where's our money going, but to kind of open up this process so that more people can be involved. I know I said that before, but really we need people that represent the citizens. We just need citizen representation. So I want to have the type of administration that puts citizens first. So my goal is citizens first. I'm a 20-year volunteer in the community. I love volunteering my time. We have had people offer trees, benches, you know, like in Napomo, they created a nice little downtown core. They've done this in other cities. So I want to create a more interactive downtown core that's walker friendly. People can walk to restaurants, be safe. And we just want to make this a city that people want to move to instead of move away from. We want people to be moving here and raising their families in a nice, wonderful environment by the sea. I mean, we have a gem here. Our city is a gem, and I don't understand why, out of all the cities in the area, we have not made the progress that other cities have made. Why has that happened? You know, and the most important thing is I will be the voice of the people, and I will listen to anybody, and I will be open at any time for any questions. So the main thing is to give the people a choice.
And then, and who are you? So you keep talking about the fact that you want to represent the people. Who are the current administrator? Who's the current mayor, if you will, sort of representing them?
Well, special interests. So I would just say we want to remove special interests from the decision-making process. And really concentrate and listen on the citizens instead of going into a city council meeting where decisions have already been made, conversations held, deals done. All they're doing is putting the stamp of approval on. And a lot of people say they're very troubled by what they've seen when they go to public meetings. You know, of course, now everything's different. And so it's just the type of administration. And I just want to have a public centric administration in which people say, listen, why don't we have trees on Grand Avenue? They cut down 35 trees on Grand Avenue because they couldn't manage the tree wells. Well, we've been trying to get trees and a tree canopy ordinance that the city council has been promising. As a matter of fact, specifically Karen Bright was supposed to be working on a canopy ordinance, which a lot of cities have implemented, to create a more healthy environment. And so we've had people want to donate trees and all of these things, like I said, and we want to know why these things aren't happening. Why aren't these things happening for a city? We can't wait anymore. And also, one of the biggest things is the homeless population. So, you know, what happened with Bethel Baptist and that debacle, they tried to get a church, they tried to sell it, a property that they didn't even own. Deals were worked out ahead of time, and it just fell apart. And all of the city time, effort, money, studies, everything. And still, we got $2.5 million of emergency homeless monies last year, and we don't have one facility for these homeless to go to. I asked in next door, where can you give me an address where homeless people can go to gain help, assistance, just the basic needs, and there is right now still physically no address. So the homeless crisis is like number one for me. That's the number one issue, is we need to get a facility. The city enacted an emergency overlay zone for a homeless facility, and not only did they not put this plan in the overlay zone, they were going to put it in the middle of a residential neighborhood and have to do rezoning. And so we're creating work for us that I don't think we need to do. We need to just start solving problems instead of kicking that can down the road once and for all. People don't understand, why don't we have a facility in South County? They bought the building on Pismo, that Pismo Medical building. They bought that. There was two other commercial buildings bought in Grover Beach, and yet we don't have a facility, and I don't understand why. And there's so many people that want to help, want to contribute. We have local churches. We just need a place, and we can't wait any longer for a place for our homeless. We've got to solve the homeless crisis. That is just breaking my heart every time I see that they have no place to go, you know, and that process once again was questionable as well, how the monies were dispersed, you know, that, and that's another thing too, is how monies are dispersed and the decision-making process behind that. And if you have special interests that you're gearing your decisions towards, that's a lose-lose situation. So, you know, the whole thing is bring it down to a local level. We're a town of 14,000 people, and we have a lot of work to do, and I just want to get to work and work with the citizens. We have a lot of people that are volunteering everything, time, money, trees, benches, planters, everything. And we just need to get this going because our downtown corridor is just not what it should be.